What's up, guys? Welcome back to another Fort Aspenwood video. Here I am playing as a Necromancer on the Cursic side, and I'm running with Wither as my elite. So at 14 curses, this lasts for 33 seconds. Target foe suffers -4 health degeneration and -1 energy degeneration. When their energy hits 0, they take 71 damage. So I also have Malaise with me, skill number 3. This also deals -1 energy degeneration, but at the same time it gives me -1 health degeneration. So in total, if I cast both of these on an opponent, a healer would be a wise choice, but they'll have -2 energy degeneration. So pretty good. Malaise also will deal damage once their energy hits 0, so they kind of work in conjunction with each other like that. As a cover hex, I have Parasitic Bond. Very spammable, provides me with some heals when it ends. I also brought Defile Flesh, which could also act as a cover hex. This also reduces the healing by 2/3, or reduces it by 1/3. They're only healed for 2/3 of the health. So a pretty good skill. For some anti-melee action, I have Insidious Parasite, which of course will also give me some heals. I also brought with me Enfeeble, so this will also weaken opponents and help me with some of the melee damage. I have Rend enchantments, so with Rend enchantments I can remove a lot of enchantments, but I do take some damage if they are monk enchantments. And then Signet of Lost Souls, just as a way to gain back some energy and health if a foe is under 50%. So it looks like they have a few casters on their team, so this build should come in handy there. I always cast it on other people as well, just for a little bit of health degeneration. And, you know, it's very spammable. It's just 10-second recharge, and I have a 40% chance of it actually recharging in half that time with the 40-40 set that I'm running. They have this monk here, though, that's actually dealing some damage with a hammer. So, interesting. And then a Necro using Toxicity. So an interesting kind of team build that they have here. We'll try to kind of target these casters, lay down some energy degeneration. You can see now that I have casted Malaise, I have -1 health degeneration, but it looks like that got stripped. Not very often that I cast Insidious Parasite on a monk, but here in this game, it looks like I need to. That Contemplation of Purity, though, it's a nice way for him to remove some of the hexes that I'm casting on him here. But since all my hexes recharge pretty quickly, I can just spam them again. This is pretty nice at shutting down energy. It'd work really well with like an Energy Surge Mesmer in my team. Then when they actually run to 0 energy, Wither would trigger, Malaise would trigger, and it'd be some pretty nice damage. Especially if the Mesmer is running like Mind Rack as well. Be some really good damage with that once they hit 0 energy. As you can see, though, the damage output is not very great with this build. It has minor health degeneration, right? Wither has -4, Parasitic Bond has -1, but not a lot of damage output with this build. But here's their healer, so I'll just target him. Try to burn out his energy. do have pretty good healing on this team though, so it looks like it's going to be pretty difficult for them to take down these gates, to take down these NPCs that we have. You know, we have this Necromancer that's running some spirits and some healing, and we have 2 monks as well. Where we might struggle though is taking down these siege turtles since our damage is not that great. But I like this build because it does have caster shutdown, it has melee shutdown, physical damage shutdown. So it's pretty well rounded in that regard. You can kind of do something to all different types of enemies that I might encounter. I probably should be targeting this pet a little bit more and using Insidious Parasite on it. It would just help me with some heals and also kill the pet, which would then just be revived. But pets here usually do a lot of damage, especially if they're running with like Brutal Strike. So they're important to target. If not targeting the actual ranger that has the pet. You can see this flux. There's lots of minions that get spawned upon death. Kind of an interesting flux in Fort Aspenwood because there are lots of deaths in this game. So lots of different minions are popping up. And they work against us and against the enemy team as well. What's nice about these minions though is that it does give me an opportunity to cast Signet of Lost Souls. Since a lot of times they are under 50%. It's easy just to tab through, find one that's low health, and then cast Signet of Lost Souls. I mean, there's lots of Curse's elite options, and a lot of options for degeneration, a lot of options for energy degeneration. So I don't really think Wither's that great of a skill, but playing it here was fun, just to give it a try. And it definitely can work. It has its moments where it's effective, but overall I just think there's better options. Whether you're going for health degeneration, energy degeneration, really just many different elite skills would serve better than Wither. But it does last a long time. You know, 33 seconds at 14 curses, that's... And I can pretty much just keep that on indefinitely, since it recharges in just 10 seconds. Also allows me to spam it on a lot of different targets, which is nice. So our team is doing a really nice job of keeping this Kurzik Elementus alive so far, because you can see a lot of different enemies on him. There you can see that Monk's energy hitting 0, and then the triggers from Malaise and Wither. So really, as you can see, it's the healers of the team that are the MVPs here, doing a really good job of keeping this green gate up. Meanwhile, God's Vengeance is getting closer and closer to 100%, which of course will be a victory for us once it is. Alright, and that's about game. So, thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more content.